Happy day, children. The best time for new beginnings is now. Is it clear? Whatever it may be, the best time for your new changes, beginnings is now. Don't wait for the time to go on. Whatever it may be, start from this time right now. Okay, let us go into the topic. Today, we are going to learn about phrases and classes. A group of words that stand together as a single grammatical unit and do not contain a subject and a verb. This is not a new topic, already you might have learned. A phrase. Phrase is a group of words that stand together as a single. Group of words stand together and they do not contain a subject and verb. There are types of phrases. Noun phrase. You see, 4 hostile newspapers are more dangerous than 1,000 bayonets. So 4 hostile newspapers. It comes in a noun phrase. You see a group of words. It does not contain a subject and verb. Then clause. Clause means it has subject plus verb. Subject plus means subject plus predicate. Already we know it. A sentence consists of a subject and predicate. That is, initially it has a subject plus verb. Alice eats mangoes. Here it has subject and predicate. The verb with the other words. So it is called clause. So phrase is nothing but group of words does not have verb and subject, but clause it has subject and a verb. You can see the difference. Group of words. Clause contains a subject and a verb. Phrase does not contain a subject and verb. There are two types: independent clause and dependent clause. Independent clause means, you see, independent. It stands on its own. It doesn't require any sentences or words to complete its meaning. Dependent clause, it does not make complete sentence as it is on its own as a sentence. So it needs some help. So your phrase, noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase. They are given some example. Best friend, it is noun phrase. Verb, was working. Adjective phrase, very pretty. Adverb phrase, really slowly. Prepositional. So clause and phrase. Clause, group of words, does not contain a subject and verb. A phrase is group of words does not contain subject and verb. Then dependent clause. Already I said depend. It should depend on other sentences to complete its sense. So a dependent clause is not a complete sentence and does not express a complete thought. It is also known as subordinate clause. It is called subordinate clause. It can't stand on its own because it is dependent. So you have to join it with an independent clause. So it needs a clause. It needs some more sentences to complete its sense. So dependent. You see the word dependent. It depends on the other sentences or other sentence or words to complete it meaning. And it does not express a complete thought. So let us see in this sentence. Because it is raining, we have an umbrella. Here you see we have an umbrella. It is a complete sentence. You see, because it is raining, you have a subject and verb there, but it depends on the other. Because it is raining, what? It needs other sentences to complete. You see, independent clause. You see, Independence Day we are celebrating. No, we have an umbrella because it is raining. You see, we have an umbrella. That is gives you complete sense. Because is a conjunction, it is raining, so it's another independent clause. So here you see no comma, and independent clause it just depends, so it needs a comma. So get the difference. So now let us see what is an independent clause. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. The secret of life is honesty. You see, it is an independent clause. This is a sentence. It is an independent clause. If you can fake that, you have got it made. You see, you have got it made. It is independent clause. Dependent clause. If you can fake that, if you can prove that is wrong, no? It depends on the independent clause to complete its sense. Is it clear? You see, it is separated with a comma. If it is an independent clause, you can get a full sentences. Dependent clause, it is separated by a comma, and usually it has a conjunction. Let us see the conjunction. A group of words that contains a subject and verb makes sense on its own as a sentence. This is called independent clause. A group of words that contains a subject and verb does not make sense on its own as a sentence. For example, because she was hungry after he finished school. This is dependent clause. This is independent clause. So don't get confused with phrase and clause. Now we are entered into the topic clause. Clause in that dependent clause, independent clause. Independent means it has It stands on its own. Dependent clause, though it has a subject and verb, it depends on the independent clause. It depends on the other sentences to make it sense. Is it clear, children? So let us see what are the different types of conjunction. Already you know it. Conjunction means which is used to join words or sentences. Now let us see coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction connects two clauses of equal importance. Equal important means it is independent clause plus coordinating conjunction. If you think you had enjoyed the party, but I don't mind if you want to stay there. Stay here. Cheetahs are members of the big cat family and are also the world's fastest land animal. See here, coordinating conjunction connect two clauses of equal importance. You see the format independent clause, coordinating conjunction plus independent clause. You see the same format is given in this sentence. I think you would enjoy the party, but I don't mind if you want to stay here. Then correlative conjunction. It is essentially a coordinating conjunction used in pairs. It is used in pairs. Get its name from the fact that it is paired conjunction as a reciprocal or complementary relationship. You see here, not only but also, neither nor, either or. They visited not only Germany but also Spanish. You see here correlative sentence, it comes in pair. Neither nor, neither the employees nor the boss was at work. Neither you nor I want to go to this part today, so let's not. Either or, either today or tomorrow I must work. Either Alex or Samuel will go. I will either write to you or phone you next week. You see here not only but also. Neither nor, NN, ER, EO. Either or, it is the pair, correlative conjunction. Then coordinating conjunction, the words connect words, phrases and clauses. Here they are given some FANBO, fanboys, for and, nor, but, or, et. So they are coordinating, some of the coordinating conjunction. They have given some examples. Let me read. Sam drank some water for he was 30. You see here, both are independent clause. It gives you separate. Sam drank some water. He was thirsty. Both are independent clause. So the coordinating conjunction join the two sentences. I take milk and sugar in my tea. It is one independent clause. Sarah does not like apples, nor does she like pears. All the children wanted to eat pizza, but no one wanted to eat it. Then subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction joins a main clause, that is the independent clause, to a subordinate clause. Subordinate clause means here dependent clause. Main clause means independent clause. Main clause is otherwise called as independent clause. Subordinate clause is otherwise called dependent clause. Don't get confused. Main clause plus subordinating conjunction plus subordinating clause. I ought to wash up even though it was not my turn. I had to wash up even though it was not my turn. You see, I had to wash up. It is a main clause. It gives you complete sense. That is independent clause. Subordinating conjunctions even though it wasn't my turn. I was late for school because my bike had a flat tire. Okay, so dependent clause, independent clause, get the different children. Idioms, an expression that does not exactly mean what the words say. Example, she spilled the beans. You see the picture. She talked too much and told the secret. She spilled, spilling means here, spill. The beans means here, she talked too much and told the secret. Now, let us see some of the types. Food idioms. A hard nut to crack, a difficult problem to deal with. A hard nut is very difficult to break. Same way, this problem is hard nut to crack. In the soup, to be used to be in a difficult situation. When Harry lost his job, he was really in the soup. That is, really in the soup means what? Not drinking soup. He was in a difficult situation. So get the meaning. It gives you different meaning. Then number idioms. A million and one. Very many. There are no answers for a million and one. Questions asked by these people. Be in seventh heaven. Extremely happy. She was in the seventh heaven where she watched her favorite band playlist. You see, the word gives you seventh heaven means you don't think that it is some of the heaven, seven heaven namely. No, it gives you different meaning. 6 feet under, dead and buried. You can't get my property until I am 6 feet under means dead and buried. So then color idioms. Beet red, that is dark red. My sister's face turned beet red when I caught her singing in front of a mirror. Beet red means dark red. Then let us go for the word of the day. I hope it is useful for you. If you are following, it will be certainly useful for you, children. So make use of this. Just learn that word with meaning and make use of in your own sentence. That only gives you practice. Atheist. You see, your A means without. Atheos means without God, meaning as a person who disbelieves or lack belief in the existence of God. Infidel, non-believer. Richard Dawkins is clearly an atheist. Being an atheist is becoming more common in Britain, so we should not be atheists. We should believe some God. Is it clear? So thank you, children. A PDF has been given. Complete your book exercises and watch the video till you understand. Subscribe our school channel. Take care of yourself. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.